Has anyone got any ideas for what we can do for the next Friday feature?
What about top 7 bold characters?
Bold characters?
Yeah, like Agent 47, Kratos. I thought it'd be easy for you.
Oh, bald. The word is bald. Like, I'm so sick of people getting this wrong.
All right, Professor Hemingway. That's just how I say it. Bold.
No, it isn't, though. It is. Bold and bald are two completely different words, and they mean completely different things.
Right. Sorry. I'm just trying to help. You said you've been having less ideas than usual.
Fewer.
Look, I get it. We're only human and we all make mistakes. Sometimes little mistakes will go completely unnoticed and you'll make them for years. I spelt definitely as definitely until I was in my mid-20s. When I was eventually corrected, my mind was blown so thoroughly, I sometimes wonder if that's part of the reason I'm so bald now. And so with that in mind, here are 7 things in video games you've been getting wrong all this time. Let us know which have blown your mind a little bit in the comments. Okay, let's get entry number 1 out of the way because this is what's inspired this entire video, to be honest. Bloodborne. It doesn't have a U in it. I see this all the time. Bloodborne spelt like it's some seaside town on the UK south coast, and I think, to be fair to the rest of the world, it is us Brits who are mostly guilty of this one. And so on behalf of all British people, I apologise for incorrectly spelling Bloodborne all the time. But the truth is, we just can't help ourselves when it comes to the letter U. It's a bit like milk. We love to unnecessarily put it in flipping everything. Flavour, favour, colour, behaviour, favourite, humour, labour, honour. You. We just love sprinkling it in there, especially in place names, and then wondering why people from other countries have trouble pronouncing them. For instance, this town, dear American viewers, is inexplicably pronounced Gloucester. And I really can't blame anyone not from Britain who would sound it out like Gloucester, or Leicestershire, or Beaulieu, or Bicester, and my personal favourite, Luga-Baruga. But that's just us. It's no wonder we'd get confused and spell Bloodborne with a U. But it's not in there, okay? Now you never have to spell it wrong again. On the subject of mispronunciation, how do you say this guy's name? I always thought it was Tidus. Apparently, I've been getting it wrong for nearly 20 years. The correct way to say his name is officially Tidus, as evidenced here by Waka in Kingdom Hearts.
Me and Tidus, we are gonna do a little exploring today.
And also by voice actor James Arnold Taylor in this very revealing video you should definitely check out after you've finished watching this one.
So it is Tidus because some voice actor somewhere in Japan decided to pronounce it Tidus instead of Titus, and I like Tidus better.
I'll pop a link in the description. So there can be no more arguments on this. The actual voice actor from the game has said his name is pronounced Tidus. Although I may have to form a secret underground alliance of Tidus speakers because, come on, it does sound better, doesn't it? Other things I personally pronounced wrong for absolutely ages. This iconic PS2 classic is called Eco, not Ico as I used to say, and this game is Nier Automata, not Nier Automata. You live and learn. Our third entry is a bit of a weird one, and maybe I'm the only person in the world who got this wrong, in which case, please laugh all you like in the comments. But until fairly recently, I always thought Dr. Neo Cortex, arch nemesis of PlayStation Golden Boy Crash Bandicoot, was wearing a hat. Yeah, right, it does look like a hat. Come on, who's with me on this? When it was revealed to me that this weird bulging thing with the letter N on it is in fact Cortex's actual head, well, it was at that point I started to question everything in my life. Why are we here? Is gravity real? Is what I perceive as blue actually orange to someone else? I was honestly rocked by this. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Let me know in the comments if you too thought Cortex was wearing a hat this entire time. Because he isn't. he's just very boldly bald. Entry 4 is something I've been wrong about not just once but twice, and that is the relationship between Mono and Wanda in Shadow of the Colossus. Initially, I just assumed they were romantic partners and that Wanda entered the Forbidden Land and made his tragic pact with formless horror trailer voiceover actor Dormin in a desperate attempt to resurrect his lost love. I mean, it would make sense, it's a classic story setup, but then I discovered, and I can't even remember who told me this, that no, silly, Wanda and Mono aren't lovers, they're brother and sister. And so I started getting it wrong all over again, confidently and incorrectly correcting people when they said things like, I'm crying every time I kill a Colossus to save my girlfriend, with, no, you're crying every time you kill a Colossus to save your sister, OMG, get it right. Yeah, turns out I was wrong again, or at least not officially correct, as there is no definitive connection between Mono and Wanda. You know, their relationship is a bit like the golden glow from that suitcase from Pulp Fiction. It can be whatever the audience wants it to be, I guess. Classic Team Eco, skillfully weaving an enigmatic narrative and not giving us all the answers, thereby making the story even more exciting when we all get together and discuss what it means. Either way, whether you're on Team Siblings or Team Lovers or Team They're Just Friends, get over it, you're all wrong. And you're all right as well. Wanda and Mono, Schrodinger's couple. Entry 5. Prepare your outrage. This button here is not called X. It's called cross. Don't blame us. We don't make the rules. Instead, why not blame our friends at the official PlayStation UK Twitter account? They're the ones that said it, not us. Look, I know facing the truth is hard, especially when you've no doubt shared so many happy memories with the X button.
I pressed X!
But let's look at this logically. Triangle is a shape. Circle is a shape. Square is a shape. X is a letter. Why would there be 3 shapes and 1 letter? And it's not an X either, is it? If you look, an X is sort of longer in shape. This is undoubtedly a cross. Triangle, circle, cross, square. And that is the correct order too, by the way. Still not convinced? Well, you wouldn't call this game noughts and X's, would you? No, you'd call it noughts and crosses. No, you'd call it tic-tac-toe, say our American viewers who, if you've made it this far into the video, must be confused as all heck by now.
Ah, but by that logic, shouldn't it be circles and crosses? Because naught's a number.
Shut up, Dave. Bottom line, this is a cross. Although, there's another line underneath the bottom line that says I'm still going to call it X forever because it sounds better and I've been calling it that for ages and can never stop. Number 6. I thought I knew pretty much everything there was to know about The Witcher 3 after sinking upwards of 200 hours into the game and its 2 wonderful expansions. But it wasn't until I was just casually galloping about the beauty spots surrounding Kaer Morhen that I realised Roach, Geralt's fence-loving horse, is actually a girl. I mean, I don't really know why I assumed Roach was a boy, maybe because all the other famous fantasy horses are blokes. Shadowfax, Pegasus, Brago, Bill the Pony, Artax. Oh my god, Artax. But there you go. Roach in The Witcher 3 is a girl. I'm sure if you've read the Witcher novels, you'd also know Roach is not one single horse either, more a name Geralt gives to all of his horses, and that he just prefers mares to stallions. And so you already knew Roach was a girl and are furiously typing in the comments about what a Witcher noob I am, but hey, I know loads of other people who got this wrong too, so there you go. Maybe if Geralt was more like Arthur Morgan,
good boy,
and brushed his horse and said nice things to it instead of saddling her with rotting monster heads, we'd all have known much sooner. Yeah, I'm blaming Geralt for this one. This final entry is one I actually got right, and loads of other people apparently got wrong for ages. The explosion of realisation being set off by the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake and the reveal of a certain character towards the end. Spoilers here for Chapter 7 of Final Fantasy VII Remake if you still haven't got that far and want to skip. So here we go. Rufus Shinra. What colour did you think his hair was? because his hair is blonde, and it's always been blonde, and yet there was an online clamour when Remake's definitely blonde Rufus was revealed from people who could have sworn he was a redhead. Now, there could be a couple of explanations for this. One is that we're witnessing some amazing video game manifestation of the Mandela effect, and people are muddling their 23-year-old memories of Reno, a Turk with the reddest hair you can possibly get, and the original Rufus. I mean, sure, understandable, they're both baddies, they're both kind of cool, they both work for Shinra, and they both start with an R. The other explanation is that we've got a what colour is the dress, is it white and gold or black and blue situation, where people saw Rufus in the original Final Fantasy VII and just thought, yeah, his hair is ginger. And I guess I can see why you might think that, but I always thought his hair was a golden Lannister blonde. Well done me, I was correct. But anyway, I'm really interested in whether you're white and gold or black and blue with Rufus's hair, so please let us know in the comments. Did you think Rufus was a redhead when you played the original Final Fantasy VII? And is it because you confused him with Reno, or did you just interpret this gleaming mop as ginger? So there we are, 7 things you've been getting wrong this entire time. Let us know in the comments if you got trapped by any of these misconceptions, or tell us if no, actually you had all of these correct the whole time. Give us a like if you enjoyed the video, click the notification bell to stay up to date with everything on the channel, and join us again next week for another Friday feature. Thanks for watching.
For the players.